I know Dre is talking about coming out with some new music. And I know we said we were going to do a short show because I got some running around to do. We got this event coming
Yeah, let's
up
wrap it up.
Sunday. Yeah, y'all got to come through. We'll talk about that real quick too. But Dre has some new music coming out allegedly, right? And are you interested in the new Dr. Dre effort?
Actually, Mike, I'm not.
I'm not either.
It's just like,
I say
you
that
know,
respectfully.
no,
Love
it's not.
Dre.
It's not a disrespect thing. It's like, but if you don't do, I mean, here's the backside to making us wait too long. It's like we just kind of accept certain things and kind of move on. I've just kind of moved on. It's like, oh, Detox coming out. Okay, that's great. Let's see what it sounds like.
And you know what the thing is?
He doesn't
We
even do enough work lately to even keep me excited. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, time has shown we can live without this. It's
We've
kind
already
of
gotten Mike. There was a time when we literally were like hanging by a thread about detox. Like we had to have detox. We wanted to hear it. We needed to know about it. We want to know who's contributing, who's involved.
yeah.
Because by the time there was talk of detox, well, Mike, he literally had a Hall of Fame lineup of people that he had worked with, and it just left you wondering who's gonna be. Is Rakim gonna be on there? Is Nas gonna be on there? Is Jay gonna be on there? Eminem gonna be on there? Exhibit, Snoop,
I
like who?
think
The
that
Game, like a whole bunch of people, but here's the
when
reality of the matter, Mike. Hip hop's going to survive. Like the doors of
yeah,
hip hop are going to open, whether Dre makes detox or not, and that's exactly what happened.
I think the
Classic
thing
Rockers
is
still got made.
Dre does things like when he drops his albums, it's for a purpose, right? The Chronic launched Death Row Records. 2001 launched Aftermath, really. You know what I mean? Like M was out there and stuff, but as far as like the culture of Aftermath and what it was about to be, that's what 2001 galvanized and everybody that
It's a
was on
power.
it. And it actually, gave a resurgence to the whole West Coast. So there was a purpose there. I think after '04, there was no longer a purpose for the detox. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if he would have dropped it around Get Rich or Die Trying, the documentary type of era, it would have made sense for that next era of Aftermath. But after that, it's like, what are we dropping detox for exactly?
Well, can we go to cinema right quick? Because here's why I don't want to hear it. I don't want no Godfather Part 3. I'm cool with the Godfather Part 1 and 2. Feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because here was the thing, and people forget this. Oh, it was what? A 15, hold on. Godfather Part 1 comes out in 1972, Part 2 comes out in 74, Part 3 comes out in 1990, I think. You missed your shot.
Yeah.
You missed your shot. Because
What
even if the movie was going to be lower caliber, the people being galvanized probably would have helped carry it. It's like the people aren't going to galvanize Detox the way that they were 15 years ago. So it's like, don't Godfather 3 me.
Francisco Rodriguez brought up a group that I was gonna bring up. He said, "Would y'all feel the same way about Outkast?" I think I have. Like, I feel like I've made peace with the fact that we're never gonna get another Outkast album, and it's been. Let's just keep it real. It's been 20 years, 21 years now, excuse me, since we got a real Outkast album. And yes, I've been able to live without that. And so yeah, I'm fine with not getting another Outkast album cuz it's not going to happen.
I'm not, but only for one reason. I do think that they're the greatest rap group of all time still, Mike. But I never said that they were clearly the best rap group of all time. I never said that it wasn't close. I never said that there wasn't people that was comparable that deserved to be that way. But a great fifth album by them would make it definite, and it's not definite because of that. And so that's why I would want to hear it, because it needs to be a lock and key kind of moment to separate themselves truly. And so that would be the reason that I would want to hear it, and only for that reason, just for historical context and perspective. Because Mike, just like Mike, and here's what I'm saying. When we did that mock verses, and I was like, I'm cool with taking Mob Deep. Well, I still felt like Outkast was the greatest group of all time, but I felt like I could beat you with Mob Deep. And
Why do
that's
you
what
feel
I'm
like
talking about. A
Outkast
fifth album would help separate some of those moments. Like
Why
I
do you
just
feel like Outkast is the greatest group of all time? Hip hop
because
group
I
of all
feel
time.
like their four albums together, their first four albums, Southern Playalistic, AT Aliens, Equimini, and Stankonia,
Mhm.
is the best four album body of work that you will find from any group. Go pick any other group's top four albums or four albums, and they take it. But a fifth album would be nice to make it more definite because everybody else that's in that conversation has more material, Mike. what we be saying about Big and how it's unfair because of the material that other people that are just as great has done. And so now all this time has gone on. Well, how fair is that the Daylight? How fair is that the Tribe? How fair is that the Mob Deep?
Manan says, "How are they the best hip hop group ever, Coop? Based on
That's
what? So
it.
you're basing it on catalog, and you're basing it on that 4 album run. I
Yeah,
think that
but Mike, in that catalog though, are great songs and MCing. I'm not just saying that like it's just the albums. It's like no. There's classic songs, there's classic singles, there's classic rhymes. You're gonna be hard pressed to find an actual group, Mike, with two better MCs.
I'm gonna
Show
be
me a group
real.
with
I'm
two
gonna
better
be real.
MCs.
The growth, the continuous elevation, and like you said, just the MCing ability from the two
Yeah.
members in there, the musicality, just
Wu-Tang's the
their
only group that has a
ability.
better set of MCs, Mike. Wu-Tang.
Well, I mean, we're talking about 2 versus 10,
Right.
so
But all
you
I'm saying
know.
is, Mike, we can go to 2, 3, 4, 5 man combos. Nobody has two MCs like that in their group except Outkast.
Would
Correct me
you
if I'm
say?
wrong.
Would you say that? And I'm just playing devil's advocate here for some of our East Coast fans out there. Would you say that as MCs, Dre and Big are better MCs than Jada and Styles,
Ooh.
or Ghost and Ray? Because the
Bar,
thing is,
bar for bar, no, Mike, but that's when the records start coming into play because it's like, how about this? Benzo or Beamer. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Ain't no thing. Elevators. Over the wood. Like they keep on doing it together like that though, Mike. They keep on doing it together like that. Like I
DeCarlo
think Ray
says
and Ghost
Ghost
are
and
better.
Ray smash cast. Okay.
Huh? What do you say?
He said Ghost and Ray smash Outcast.
No, not Smash. But I told you, everybody know how I feel about Ghost and Ray, so I'm not even going to get into all that. But
hmm
also too, like I said, Mike, we talking about 2, 3, 4, 5 man collectives that would take Ghost and Ray out of this.
Well, I guess the point of me even bringing that up is the fact that when you have 2 people in the group, you do have less room for error, right? So I don't know if I want to judge it based on the power of the strength of MCs that are in the collective when it's just 2.
I
You
mean,
know what
Mike,
I
and if you
mean?
really want to call it, I mean, you can go pull up the rhymes from the Locks' best 4 albums and put them next to Outkast's best 4 albums. Like we can play that game. You're not gonna feel good
Listen, I
because
think the
the record's
versatility.
not gonna be as strong. That's what I'm saying. So it's like Styles and Jada bar for bar. Are they better? Yeah. Is that gonna play out track after track? Nope.
Mm.
No, because if so, Mike, we'd already be talking about the Locks the way we talk about Outkast. It's actually the fact that they don't have what Outkast has, which is countless classic albums and countless classic songs.
You know what Steph Curry said last night when he broke the 3-point record? He said, I now feel comfortable with saying that I'm the best 3-point shooter of all time. I couldn't say it before I actually got the record. And I feel like with Cass, I'm with you. I need a 5th album. I mean, I do. To be definitive with this,
Yes,
it's
because all these
like,
people that are saying
because
this stuff,
even with the 4 album run, which was incredible, we have people from that era that are still putting out quality material. And that's one thing as a collective that they haven't shown us that they can do. And that means a lot at this point. I
yeah.
mean, you
I
you
mean,
had
no,
a great run.
like Jada and Styles as MCs, like they're phenomenal, Mike. They don't have a project that's even fucking with Outkast's first 3 albums. They don't. Do
Outcast
they?
albums, they
Like their best album would be compared to Stankonia. The other 3 albums aren't even in the conversation because they are clearly greater than.
well, what do you think about Mobb Deep when it as it relates to that? Album for album.
Mobb
Where
Deep
where
has
would
more
you
of the hits
rank?
that Locks do.
Okay, so Kumanat's better than everything Mobb Deep ever made. Now, what's next when it comes to if you're
See,
ranking the albums of
right.
Mobb Deep and Outkast and putting them together? You got a Kumanat at the top, and
And then
then
you
the
go to the
Infamous.
infamous.
You go to the
Right.
Infamous from there.
Go to the infamous
Then
from
what's
there. That's what I'm
next?
saying.
Southern Playalistic.
Probably Southern Playalistic. And then Hell on Earth, Mike.
Hell on Earth's better than AT Aliens.
We can call it a tie because I would go to AT Aliens right after, but it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Same level. I consider both of those albums to be 4.5, so I would call that a tie between Hell on Earth
Is
and
Murder
AT
Music
Aliens.
better than Stankonia?
And there's where they win. That's what I'm saying. Because Murder Music's not better than Stankonia, but there are some real highlights on there. Like there's no Quiet Storm on Stankonia, and so there's an argument. You see how the argument's valid?
I think that's where Cass is weaker in that area, and I felt like that with Tribe, right? Like I feel like Tribe's big songs are just better records than Cass's big songs, but I think Cass's B sides are better than Tribe's B sides.
I mean, as a group, Outkast and the Locks do the best B-side stuff. We're talking B-side stuff. Those two groups do the best
Yeah,
B-side stuff.
because I feel like when you talk about Tribe's songs like Jazz or Can I Kick It and Bonita, Award Tour, Electric Relaxation. These are heavy records, man. Like I love Rosa Parks and stuff, but they ain't fucking with those. It's just not to me.
No, it's not. I mean, some of those Outkast records are, in my opinion, but I get what you're saying. It's just like, oh no, like Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music, no, that's fucking with it. Elevators, no, that's fucking with it. They got
I
you
don't think
stuff so
those
fresh,
records.
so clean.
I don't think those records are better than Electric Relaxation or Award Tour.
Ooh, not better than Award Tour. Award Tour is one of the best rap songs ever.
I think Scenario and the Scenario remix. I mean,
like, how about this? Like, very few groups have an Award Tour. Award Tour is a Shook Ones type level song. Shook Ones Part 2, Award Tour, that's the same level, just different ways of getting the job done. That's the same level. It's that type of epic record. Yeah.
It's beautiful,
so Outkast
man.
doesn't have that. That's what I'm saying. But Mike, Outkast has about 40, 50 records that are just frighteningly good, and nobody else can say that. But what I'm saying is that it would play so much better if it was, oh, well, these dudes got about 60 songs like that, 70 songs like that. It makes it less of a discussion.
Jamar says, Outkast classic talk I never comprehended. I guess to each his own. I think the thing is with Cass, and when we think about Mobb Deep and we think about Tribe, I was just talking to my man Damaris about this yesterday, actually. I think the fact that Cass transitioned from album to album, it was a strength in many ways, but it also alienated certain fans, right? It's like
they don't have a pocket they can comfortably go to like Tribe does, or like
Mobb Deep does. Yeah,
like the Locks. No,
exactly.
They don't have a comfortable
It's like
pocket.
people know them from different things, so you like them for different things, and then it makes their catalog seem a little bit lighter than it is.
Mike, it only makes it seem lighter when you put them up against somebody comparable, like I did with Mobb Deep when we did that mock versus. It's like, well, okay, what you got from Give Up the Goods, Shook Ones, Quiet Storm, Survival of the Fittest, Hell on Earth, It's Mine, Nights, like, because they're in their pocket, and they made classics in their pocket. And so when you start running around those classics in their pocket, and you're over here jumping all around the place because you jump album to album around the place, it makes it seem lighter than what it is. Yeah. You would need another album or two worth of work.
Jamar says Tribe, Low End, and Midnight, and Mobb, the infamous Hell on Earth, are better than any Outkast album. K. Thompson says I prefer Tribe over Cass.
That is ridiculous outside of the Low End theory claim. Like what you're saying is ridiculous because of that is ridiculous what you're saying. The only one of those albums that you named that even deserves to be like in the conversation with the Quemini is the Low End Theory. And I actually prefer the infamous to the Low End Theory. I'm just speaking objectively. No.
Sai says, why did Speakerbox go Diamond? Dope album, but Diamond? Hey y'all is why. 2 words. Hey y'all. Yeah, Junior C-Max says the infamous is a 5 mic album.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, I think that pocket means a lot. I think when it comes to hip hop fans, diversity and versatility can hurt you to some degree. And again, we talk about what Wu-Tang is about, right? What's the identity of Wu-Tang? Like Into the 36, that shit, the grimy shit. If they were to go out there and do something, well, what they did with Wu-Tang Forever, they polished the sound up a little bit. It wasn't the same for some people. And see, this is what Outkast did every time out. It was like Southern Playalistic, they hadn't really found themselves, and it was kind of relying on organized noises, backdrops and blueprint, right? I think they found themselves on ATLians, but that was kind of like a boom bap album for them, very very East Coast influence, wouldn't you say, production wise? And then Akumina, which I feel like is the album that kind of encapsulates who they are as a group, and they kind of really start finding themselves as individual MCs and as a group. And they were able to make this masterpiece. But then the next time around, they did something totally different, and they sounded kind of separate, and then it was over. I feel like if they could have given us two more efforts in the chamber of Akumina, I think that people might feel different in that way. But when you like, it's funny when you lived it. It's exciting when you lived it because it's like, oh, what are they gonna do this time? What are they gonna do this time? But when you look at it in retrospect, it's like, shit. I feel like I got a different act each album, and when you put that up against other acts who gave you the same act each album, it makes their stuff feel like it's a little lighter than it is.
Right. And so here's what they would have to do. And here's what I feel like that you would do. And they're probably the only all-time great group that would have to do this. Oh, they win with their rap shit, actually, Mike. And so they need not play their bigger records. They need, like in Outkast in those battles against those groups, they need to play Benz or a Beamer. They need to play Ain't No Thing. They need to play Hootie Hoo. They need to play Spaghetti Junction. They need to play Over the Woods. They need to play Two Dope Boys in the Cadillac. They got rap shit on every album. They need to pull their rap shit from every album, not the hit shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
They need to play the rap shit, not the hit shit, because their hit shit kind of isn't core rap shit. But they got hip-hop records, Mike.
They do.
And
that's why I'm a fan. That's why I'm a fan.
You already know how we feel. I'm just
Benz or Beamer's my favorite Outkast song.
Somebody that thinks they're the greatest group of all time, going out against Mobb Deep and Tribe and playing your biggest singles against their biggest. Oh, that's a quick way to lose. But play Benz or Beamer. Play Ain't No Thing. Play Hootie Hoo. Like, play your hip hop records.
When we did our mock verses, man, I felt funny even putting Miss Jackson on the paper against the Mobb.
You're not going to win with Miss Jackson. Because, Mike, it's like, how about this, Mike? They did about 50 songs together. Miss Jackson's probably like the 30th, the 40th best song.
Man, look, we got to continue this conversation Friday or something, man, because we weren't even supposed to be on this long, but y'all stayed in the room, and so we just got to talking. Because I got to head to the post office, man, and ship out some of these, according to hip-hop trivia games. You know, people been ordering them like crazy. We got the trivia games out there, and we'll put the link in the bio and all that stuff. And
I actually shipped out some Crafts by Cooper stuff before we did the podcast. That was my motion today. I went early.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, these are great stocking stuffers. We can go on according to hiphop.com and purchase them as well. But yeah, we got the event coming up this Sunday. I got to run around and get stuff going for that. So if anybody's in Atlanta, come holler at us. We're going to be broadcasting live from there. We're going to be showcasing some people's businesses and playing some music, probably playing some trivia there too. And yeah, just kicking it, man. For more information, just hit us if you're in the Atlanta area. Come through Sunday.
Yeah, and the kickback is a give back. So bring, perishable goods, donations, clothes, blankets, anything. Give to people in the city that kind of need during this time of year.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be collecting blankets for the homeless and canned foods, toys, if you will. We'll make sure they get to the right places. But I want to continue this conversation, man. But it's 4:27 here on the East Coast.
Yeah, you gotta go.
So yeah, I gotta run to the post office. You know how it is in the holidays. We're gonna holler on Friday, and we're gonna have a great show on Friday as well. I think Love the Genius is dropping, but we'll keep everybody updated on some new music.
Click the button, subscribe to the page. Mike, speaking of love, Tunchi's one of the 5 best rap records this year.
You sent that to me as well, yes. Like Coop said, go to According to Hip Hop on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you'll know when we're going live. And we're gonna go live Friday. We're gonna talk some more of this hip hop shit.